Another 2:30 game. We have number 10 Oklahoma, and again, this is the AP ranking. Number 10 Oklahoma, they're number 9 in the playoff rankings. Travel to Bedlam to play Oklahoma State, who in the playoff rankings is ranked 22, unranked in the AP poll. Oklahoma is a 6-point favorite on the road, over under of 60.5. Chase, I believe it's your turn to tell us, will there be an upset in Bedlam?
Yeah, dude, this is going to be a really fun game to watch. Oklahoma State, absolutely. Like they have 18 wheels on them. They are on a roll, man. You know, they lost to Iowa State by 7. Then they go back, beat Kansas State, beat the other Kansas team, beat West Virginia, beat Cincinnati, and now they are here at a rivalry game in Bedlam, okay? Oklahoma coming off a tough loss this past week to Kansas. Let me see. Was that one on the road this past week, guys?
Yes.
It was. It was at Kansas. You know, there was once a famous song, I think it was sung by Drake. It's called Back to Back, gentlemen. I think Oklahoma State is going to take this game. Absolutely on a roll. Oklahoma's going to be reeling. You're in a rivalry game again on the road, back-to-back games on the road. I think this is another loss for Oklahoma here, and it drops them out of the top 10. I'm going to go Oklahoma State. Quinn?
You know, you look at Oklahoma State this year, we did a video on like, is the Gundy era of Oklahoma State done? Because they were in it bad. I believe it was South Alabama who beat them this year.
Yep.
Yeah, like I had left them for dead. Like, okay, Oklahoma State's not worth watching. Since then, they've got huge wins over teams who are at the top end of the Big 12 standings. Kansas State. Oklahoma State has an opportunity to really write a storybook ending for this season for the other teams in the Big 12 not named Oklahoma and Texas.
Right.
They currently hold a lot of tiebreaker advantages over the other schools, and by beating Oklahoma, they launched themselves at an opportunity to get Texas at the end of the year for the Big 12 title.
Yeah.
And beat both and win it all. That's a really beautiful storybook ending. Now, the problem with like good fairy tale endings is they're not real. Have you looked up what Oklahoma does to Oklahoma State and Bedlam? Do y'all know how lopsided this rivalry is? I don't see it changing this year. Oklahoma came off of a tough loss at Kansas, licking their wounds after a close game against a team that was playing. Basically, the energy in Lawrence reminded me a lot of Louisville Notre Dame, where they were just super up. Everyone knew they were winning that day, and they manifested it. I don't see Oklahoma State pulling it off. Give me Oklahoma in a close one. In the last year that Bedlam is a Big 12 game, are they going to keep playing Bedlam when Oklahoma goes to the SEC?
That's what I was going to bring up in my prediction. This is the last time that Oklahoma and Oklahoma State will play.
It could be a Texas A&M thing where they just kind of let it die.
Yeah, I think they've officially agreed that they will no longer continue this rivalry once Oklahoma moves to the SEC starting next year. So in my opinion, that to me fuels both teams, right? Last time that you're going to play. However, I think personally it fuels Oklahoma State more because they're at home. Oklahoma State is on a tear. They're one of the hottest teams in college football right now. Man, this is such a tough game to pick because Oklahoma, they beat Texas. Like, they have such a good win, and then they have just, I'm not going to call it a bad loss, but they were losing bad in that game to Kansas. It's not like, Kansas came back and last-second field goal type thing. Oklahoma was the team that had to come back in the game, and they still got beat. Give me Oklahoma State to win at home against Oklahoma. Chase, I agree with you. We're both probably wrong, but I'm going to ride it, and I'm going to own it because Bedlam is a different environment when there's more on the line than just a rivalry game. And I think this Oklahoma moving to the SEC is a big deal for a lot of Big 12 teams, and I think Oklahoma State is one of them. So Wow, I'm probably going to get that wrong.